And we're live.
No.
Hello, welcome to the Josh Knows Nothing podcast. I'm your host, Josh.
I'm your hostess, Anna.
I'm just a guy. My name's Alex.
I'm just a dude with a rocket launcher. Which, of course, is not how that goes, but that's not... Anyway, yeah, so we're back. This is our first little... I guess our second episode of the week. Yeah, because we had one on Monday. So
We gotta come up with a better name.
Yeah, we're actually. Well, I mean, we're recording this on Wednesday, but it's going to come out tomorrow. So we're actually going to adhere to our schedule.
Yeah, look at that.
It's insane.
We're adults, guys.
Yeah, we've
made it. Yeah, so thank you for listening. This is our high energy podcast, by the way.
Woo.
If you did somehow get through the last one, as we mentioned the night before, we were just
completely trash.
Oh, yeah. And we recorded the Patreon and we did all kinds of fun stuff.
Oh, yeah, the Patreon.
Yes.
That's a fun time.
We're still working on getting, that should be our thing. Every podcast. Yeah, we're working on our Patreon. I know we're episode 405, but we'll get there.
Yeah. Well, I don't think we've given them enough reasons to donate to our Patreon. We haven't shown them at our peak.
No, you're right.
At this point, we're going to be on like season 7, episode 20. Yeah, guys, we're still working on getting our Reddit up. Yeah. I mean,
hey,
well, that's the running meme. All right, with Jablinski, it was all like, I got to get the what was it? The thing that you used to record.
Microphone?
No, not the microphone. The card for getting like video from your game or something. What is that called?
Yo, what?
What?
You guys not watch
screen grab
Jablinski?
Situation.
It's a specific like device that you hook in between, like say your Xbox and your computer that records stuff coming off. You know what I'm talking about?
Twitch.
It's got a name.
Oh, you're talking about Elgato.
Elgato, yeah. His meme was he's like, sorry guys, no Elgato this week, even though it's Jablinski Games. He always had an excuse for not doing actual video games. And that was just the running meme. And everybody was like saying, like, he's never going to get the Elgato. Like, this is never.
We're never going to
Sorry
get
guys, this isn't a podcast. We haven't.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Well, I do have some good news. I think I figured out how to play audio through Logic Pro X, which is what we record through. So now you're not going to have to listen to like
us describe
tinfoil
shitty
modern
audio.
sounds from my computer that just happen to catch on our microphones. So we're going to try it out. Hopefully, everything goes smoothly. If it doesn't, then, this will be our last podcast ever. So,
Wow, kind of bold statement.
I mean, it worked in our 6 sound checks. So.
Yeah, we did 6 sound checks. I mean, it takes forever, but sometimes I feel like I'm the only one who cares about this podcast.
Wow, I've donated an entire room.
Listen here.
You donate a room and you don't do anything in this room.
You show us stuff after we quit recording. And we're like, why didn't you bring that up like 3 days ago?
I don't think you understand how my brain works. When you get me into this zone, you guys are all doing your thing, my mind isn't going to go to... My mind is a literal garbage fire.
No, I'm talking
and after a few layers have burned away, maybe I'll remember something. It's just a matter of me remembering.
No, you need to just do it at the time.
Well, I don't remember to pull something up because I don't remember it exists. I have the attention span of a goldfish. If I don't see it, it's gone. I don't have any object permanence.
As someone who identifies as a goldfish, I'm not really sure that I really appreciate that.
I don't think anybody understands. I think I should have been diagnosed with like some kind of attention disorder.
Okay.
Because I can't even watch television shows anymore. It has to be YouTube.
Here's what I'm saying. When you see that YouTube video, just hit share, like right when you're watching it, and just send it to the Discord.
If you have to, call me, I'm like, hey, man.
Half the time, I can't even finish the video. I can't even finish a YouTube video. I got to click away. Like, it's very rare I can finish a YouTube video.
Either way.
Okay, all right. Anna, how's your week going so far?
It's been pretty good, actually. I had a 3-day weekend.
How's your week going, Alex?
Wow.
No, I'm just kidding. Okay, let it down.
I'm done.
I'm just kidding.
I'm
Come
done.
on. Okay. Hey, ask me how my week was.
I know how your week was.
Okay, this backfired.
Okay, how was your week? How was your week, Josh?
See, now I don't want to do it. My week's okay. I started my...
Oh, yeah? Okay, Alex, how was your week?
I'm the host. You can't do that.
My week has
I
been pretty good
just
so
did.
far.
My week's pretty good.
There's gonna be a cookout tomorrow at work, so that's pretty cool.
That's pretty cool.
Is
But
it
you
really?
won't be there, right?
It's gonna be like a tailgating football type thing.
But you're not going to be there, right?
Yeah, but it's gonna go on Friday too, so I'm gonna catch
okay.
it. Then.
Oh, it's like
A
a
2-day barbecue? Get out of here.
Well,
No
it's
way.
because there's the weekend shift starts Friday, so
Yeah.
and the first shift ends Thursday, so they're gonna both shifts are gonna get it.
Oh, okay. Well,
So,
that's kind of cool.
You had that barbecue fired up for.
Yeah. Oh, we're going to the
Yeah.
Morrow County Fair tomorrow, so that'll
are
be
you?
fun.
Oh,
Yeah, we're
that's
gonna go
cool.
see the monster truck rally.
Wow, my monster truck rally.
Yeah.
Monster truck. All right, Anna, continue.
Oh no, that's fine.
Tell me about your week.
No, that's fine. Well, okay. I will say, yeah, I had Monday off. I had today off, which was pretty cool.
Wow.
But yesterday,
Sometimes I think you got fired and you just pretend that you have a job because you don't go there a lot.
I do. What? Can we not?
Well, I'm just saying this Saturday you
Okay,
didn't work.
every time
Sunday
you call me,
didn't work.
Every time
Monday
you
didn't work.
okay,
Maybe
3
she's
days.
on vacation.
Every-
all right? Who are
Tuesday you
judging?
worked supposedly, and today you didn't work.
Okay, every time you call me and your son is in the vicinity, he says, "Hey Anna, what are you doing?" I'm like, "At work, buddy." He's like, "Why?" "Because I'm an adult." And just because you started work this week doesn't mean that you can be like,
Let
I
me
don't
ride
think
my
you
high horse,
actually go to
okay?
work."
Yeah, coming from the guy who's just like, yeah, I'm just not going to go to work today all the time.
Yeah.
Hey, I don't want to get fired. Come on. Yeah, I started my job. Obviously, it's great.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Anyway, no, I mean it's cool. I mean it's different than the army. So.
Oh, we did a lot of homework this week.
Oh yeah. Okay. Well, that just threw me off. Yeah, I did. I did do a lot of homework because I procrastinated it, and Anna was nice enough to help me. Thank you.
I have a
welcome.
question.
I just
So,
wanted
can you
recognition.
use the army thing to your advantage? And like, anytime like you mess up or anything, just invoke the army. Like, just mention it or
The
something.
war.
Yeah.
The war gave me a. I got.
Or just like when your manager walks in, just like stand up at like attention.
Oh my god, that would be incredible.
I'll just start like screaming at people who come through the door. Sorry, it's PDST from basic training.
Yeah. It's incredible.
All right. Well, since our last podcast, as I mentioned, was very low on energy, I have a sneak peek of what we're trying to do, which is basically just. I'm thinking we'll incorporate videos somehow into our Patreon. I think that just the audio might be weird, but I do have a snippet of audio. We'll probably play weird games like Beer Kart and
Yeah.
like just whatever we can think of.
This audio is a product of Berio Kart.
Yes. Now, hopefully it works. I mean, like I said, I just learned how to do this. Here we go. This is a sneak peek into our Patreon.
Fucking hate dachshunds. I hate my dog that was a
You didn't
wiener
even
dog.
have to think
I hate
about
the wiener
that.
dog. I hate the fucking wiener dog.
You just
All right,
knew.
now you act like you're gonna answer it now.
recording over?
I like most dogs, I guess. Some yapper dogs I'm not all about.
Why are you all up in that like
What do you mean why am I all open?
Your
That's
leg-
what you're supposed
your
to be.
lips are touching.
You never talk to that.
Yeah, talk about I'm talking about
There it is.
Fucking stop recording, man. Just
All right. Oh my god, where is it?
Okay, you know,
beautiful
Okay,
song.
see, you don't always talk like that. You're way more confident right now.
Because I'm drunk as shit. You think I'm gonna stop being?
No, I mean like right now. You're not. The last one, you barely were.
can you?
Hey, what are we doing here? And now, like, then you're all like,
I know he's all up in it.
oh yeah.
Wow. After listening to that, maybe this isn't a good idea.
Did you mention we were very drunk? Did you mention that?
I feel like I've said it 1,000 times.
Have you listened to the whole thing yet?
Oh no, I haven't even opened that file again.
Don't.
It's too much to get to.
it's-
Yeah.
It gets real bad. It's like towards the end.
It's like 3-4 hours worth of just nonsense.
It is. And once we get to the end is when we're all kind of starting to taper. Like Emily's getting tired because it's like 4 o'clock in the morning.
I don't remember the last 2 hours of it.
So
that's all like
the last
that's
2
like
hours.
the black box.
Yeah,
like
the
from
last
an
2
airplane.
hours.
God knows what we'll find on there.
The last 2 hours is just you loudly eating goldfish. Basically.
Oh yeah, I did crush that. It's like 700 calories or something.
I hate the dog.
I hate the dog. I don't even really remember what sparked that.
I don't either.
I did have a dog I hated. He was a little wiener dog. He hated me, and I hated
it
him.
was
so,
mutual.
At first I felt bad for him, but then I can only take so much. He
Were
knew
you
all
expecting,
my
like her cousin's dog, Oscar? Like, is that what you were expecting?
I was expecting a calm, nice dog. This dog was leaving little presents everywhere,
That's
and like he knew how to go outside.
Yeah.
But he would hide from me, and all this. I like
so all the things that you hate in like a cat, like you wouldn't want a cat.
yeah.
like,
That's why I don't like cats. It's not because cats have ever done anything to me. It's just that to me they're boring because I never find them. Because every cat I've ever. I think your guys' cat is the only cat I've actually.
I think
That's the
because
thing. You need a
seen
friendly
a
cat.
lot.
You need a
Yeah.
cat that's used to you. You keep walking up to these cats and like stranger danger. All right, these cats are smart enough to know. They're like, hey, avoid this idiot over here because he might try to harm
honestly,
you.
I think that's what it is. I think they're just scared of you.
Yeah.
My childhood friend Chris. I say childhood because he cut me off.
Oh,
Anyway.
God, he did have a cat.
He had a cat, and I didn't even know he had a cat.
Yeah,
Wasn't
I went over
name?
to his house for like a year or two, and then
Yeah.
like I woke up one day or one night. It's just in the middle of it, and I woke up and it's staring at me.
Yeah.
I can see its shadow,
Yeah.
and I'm like, "What is this?"
I can't remember her name.
I was
Yeah,
like,
I thought it
"Chris,
had a name.
is that a cat?"
I mean, obviously, it had a name.
Well, no,
Because he has two dogs. He had two dogs.
Yeah.
Two giant dogs,
Mhm.
Snoopy and
Angel.
Angel
Lily. Wasn't Lily one of
that
them?
was Angel, right?
Well, yeah, but Angel died, and then he got a new one.
Oh, I don't know anything about the new one, so
Oh,
that's
yeah.
yeah. He
That was
kicked me
my
out
era.
of his life after that. Anyway,
After
yeah,
you set
okay.
us up.
I actually did have an outline for this, and we're not
Yeah.
following it at all.
No, we're not. Well, I mean, we got through the first third of it,
cool.
Perhaps.
but
That's the way I like to roll.
so we'll just awkwardly segue into
Okay.
Star Wars trailer.
Yes. So, Star Wars Episode 9 trailer came out. Originally, this is supposed to be our short podcast, but I have a feeling that it's not going to be.
Oh God.
We were supposed to just talk about games and all that, but this Star Wars trailer came out, and I feel like if we wait a week, it's just going to be beating a dead horse. So
It's already
figured we'd
being a
talk
dead
about-
And
horse.
that's always still fun.
we'll watch it, and then we'll go from there.
Okay.
All right. Let's push play.
It's a 2-minute trailer. You're really gonna make us sit through?
Yeah,
You're gonna make us
2-minute
sit.
trailer.
I know that there's all the intro stuff. Can we at least get past like the intro clips of the old movies?
Well, you don't like those?
No, it's not that I don't like them. It's just that it's like, why? Why are we gonna watch these? We already know what happens in these movies.
Well, this is the perfect time for us to talk about it. Look at it. You ever seen Star Wars before? This is what happens.
Yeah, wow.
You don't even have to watch the movies.
Yeah.
This is it.
Yeah,
They fully recap it right here.
pretty much.
Last season on Star Wars.
Except they
Brother,
go,
sister, kiss.
they go out of order with
Brother
these
finds
clips.
father.
Creepy green frog man
We've passed on all we know.
helps. Never mind.
Yeah, getting that sweet, sweet
See
creatures.
that? So they show like
It's basically
episodes 1 through actually 8,
Eight?
1 through 8
Yeah.
footage.
But this is
You know they
your
had to
night.
slip in Mace Windu.
Yeah, you had to put Mace
obviously
Windu.
because he's incredible.
Oh yeah.
Dude had a purple lightsaber.
Heck yeah.
Yeah, the first like minute of this is just
It's just like a recap,
a
basically.
recap, yeah, and then it shows some new stuff. Man.
Previously on Star Wars.
Poor Leia.
Did a really good job with her CGI though.
They did, yeah. Yo, I got so many questions for C-3PO.
He's got red eyes.
He's a Sith now.
That would be awesome, honestly.
There we go. Epic duel.
Yes, it's him.
Senator Palpatine.
Yes.
Here's the
That was
reveal.
legit. when her lightsaber like
I've heard a lot of
unfolds.
theories. I've heard a lot of theories. One of those being Dark Ray is just Kylo's wet dream.
No.
The other is that C-3PO is going to say the line, "I am fluent in over 9,000 forms of kicking your ass."
Dude. Yeah. That's the C-3PO I want. I mean, the trailer before he had a blaster.
Yeah,
Oh,
did
yeah.
he?
So he did.
Yeah.
But that wasn't in the movie, was it?
No, not last movie, the
Well,
last
this trailer.
Oh,
teaser.
the last teaser he
Yeah.
had a blast. Oh, okay.
Yeah, whenever you saw him, he had a teaser on. Or teaser. God, I'm an idiot. Not teaser. He had a blaster on.
Blaster.
God, I hate when can I just call myself an idiot without you guys looking at me all concerned?
Yeah.
I said, God, I'm an idiot, and they're all like staring at me.
No,
I don't think I'm really the idiot. Come
Wait,
on.
I don't look at you because I get concerned. I look because I'm trying to figure out what it is you've done that made you say you're an idiot.
Yeah.
All right.
Like, I'm just
anyway,
confused.
okay. So this trailer, I would say. I mean, I guess it's not really a trailer; it's a teaser, right? Or is it kind of? I don't know. I thought it was, cool. I still have that episode 8, like
Bad
just
taste.
Kinda-
bad taste.
Yeah.
yeah. But I think with J.J. Abrams back on board, I think that they're gonna pull something out that's gonna be really good. So
Honestly,
I'm hoping, at least. I mean, it's everything I've seen. I can't trust it. The whole Dark Ray thing. This is what I think it is. I think it's okay. So what episode was that when Luke was on Yoda's planet?
Was that episode?
I thought it was 3, right?
no.
No, 2.
It can't
was
be
2.
3,
Oh, episode 5,
5.
where he's training with
Yeah,
Yoda.
maybe.
It was either 5 or 6, one of the two.
Yeah, whatever. He's training with them, and he goes in that cave, and he runs into Darth Vader.
Oh yeah,
But it's actually just a weird. It's kind of
it's kind of like a boggart, really, right?
Like a
from Harry
hallucination
Potter.
that you're thinking that
You
he.
have to face.
yeah.
your
It's because
greatest fear or
he
whatever.
cuts the head off, and it's him.
Yeah.
It's Luke
Mhm.
in the helmet. So it's kind of like
yeah.
foreshadowing. Like this is,
Mm-hmm.
something to do. Because at that point, he didn't know that Darth Vader was his father.
No, yeah.
So
I mean, in terms of the dark clothing that she's wearing, that's something that Luke did. I'm pretty sure in episode,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
whatever. Like he had all like the weird dark clothing. And people were like, oh, is he going evil or
Yeah.
something? He's like wearing all black. No, he's not.
I'm just
Now,
going incognito, bro.
Yeah, why she has the folding lightsaber that's all red? Well, I don't know.
Still dope.
Maybe she took it off somebody else.
yeah,
Who knows?
the weird switchblade
It's so cool.
Switchblade.
staff.
Aren't all lightsabers really just switchblades?
I guess in a way, yeah.
Yeah, hers is like a butterfly knife type situation.
Hey, come on, what's going on? A couple of guys over here.
Hey, come on. So I will say that I do hope she does turn evil. I don't think she will. I think that's not a very Disney thing to do. You know why? Because
All the toys that they've sold for
the
Rey.
toys,
Yeah.
the fact that they wanted a female lead and to make that female lead turn evil at the end,
I mean, they are making Maleficent, like the second Maleficent movie.
it wouldn't make sense for Disney to do that because they're very PC, I feel. So
Fair. That's fair.
no,
It's a
I
fair
think so.
I think they
don't
broadened their
will.
scopes because of some of the things that they bought. Like,
They've already
Deadpool.
addressed that Disney Plus won't have any R-rated.
Yeah.
They're not going to put R-rated.
I don't know,
stuff
man.
on it.
They showed stormtroopers' heads on spikes, so that was a thing.
That's not
It's not
R-rated.
R-rated.
though.
They're just
That's not
helmets.
R-rated worthy though. I mean PG-13. They're allowed to say a cuss word. A
Oh,
cuss
yeah.
word.
Okay, sure.
PG-13,
okay.
you can say just about whatever you want. You just can't say the F word, really.
So yeah, but Rey turning Sith is within the realm of what they would be.
Oh no,
willing to
it
do. I
it
mean,
is. But the reason why I don't think that she's going to actually turn evil is because, it would mean. So the reason I say that is because I think Kylo turns good. I think he goes back to the light side.
Okay.
The reason for that is literally the movie is literally called The Rise of Skywalker.
Yeah.
So he's the last remaining Skywalker that we know of.
Yeah.
So it would make sense for him to. I mean, technically he's a solo, but Leia is his mom.
Yeah, his
So
mom.
it makes sense that he would turn good, and they've already kind of teased it.
Mm-hmm.
I think either A, she turns evil, which I seriously doubt
Mm-hmm.
it. Maybe Palpatine.
Yeah, I'm intrigued how he fits.
I don't
into
really
this whole
know.
narrative.
That's the big wrench in it, because
My theory is they're going to do Endgame, where all of the Force ghosts come
need that.
out of, they all do this massive battle. We get Mace Windu ghost fighting Darth Maul.
I need that in my
just
life.
All kinds of incredible
It would be
ghost
awesome.
action.
yeah, for the whole movie, it's just a bunch of ghosts fighting because those are all the characters we like more.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be dope. What else do I have here?
No.
That's literally it. That's all I
it
had.
for Star Wars.
Yeah, overall, I liked the trailer.
Mm-hmm.
I liked the music at the end, the Star Wars feel.
Yeah.
Like you feel all giddy when you watch it.
Yeah.
I still have that. I haven't lost it. The C-3PO thing, I'm actually the most interested about. I'm
Yeah.
curious. He's got the red eyes. He had the red arm in the one before. It's
maybe-
like, what is he doing? What
Maybe
is he doing on the
goes,
side?
Maybe he turns evil.
Yeah, the whole C-3PO is.
He's finally
Palpatine.
avenging.
He was
Anakin.
built. Yeah, he was built by Anakin. So maybe he coded in a little, maybe I'll kill some children.
Maybe it's like a
vibe, you know?
fail-safe. Like if I die,
If I you must rise. To be
He was
Darth
supposed to put
3PO.
66, but he put 69. So when he said execute order 66, it never activated C-3PO.
Yeah.
And then in passing, someone said, as a joke, execute order 69. Kind of like the way people joke about
Actually, you know what?
horrible stuff that happens now that they shouldn't.
I wonder if they have another model of C-3PO, because there are other droids that look similar to him, and they're pulling a nebula where they replace the red arm and they make it think. They make him think that it's the real C-3PO, but it's actually an evil one. That's why his eyes are red.
yeah, but I feel like that's super obvious.
I mean, yeah,
and,
but maybe he could change the color after he rises. He switches the color in his eyes.
Sure.
To
And Palpatine, now he's Thanos. His spirit went to Thanos.
Palpatine snaps his fingers and the Death Star annihilates half of the planets in the galaxy.
And you,
That's it. That's what happens.
yeah,
Rey confronts Palpatine.
yeah.
She's losing. She's not gonna make it. Kylo comes in to help. He finally becomes good. He fails. Everything looks lost.
And she's like,
And then all you hear is on your left. I know we made the jokes the last one. I don't care. It's still good. On your left, and then here comes
it's Qui-Gon just walking out.
Qui-Gon comes in.
Because Crip walking out.
He's got a. He's crawling out because he's still cut in half.
Oh, no.
It's like, dude, I became a ghost. Why couldn't I have legs?
No.
It's like weird to draw the line there.
He turned into Felix.
Yeah,
No legs.
I think it'd be cool to see Darth Vader. Mm-hmm. That would be dope.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And then have Darth Vader. I feel like Darth Vader is the one who could get to Kylo
I don't know that
To
he
make him
appears
become
Darth
good.
Vader
because nobody really knows
Yeah.
that Darth Vader turned good besides Luke.
Yeah,
Well, he
really,
was-
yeah.
And that's all. I mean, right now he hates Luke, so why would you even
he was
believe anything?
retconned into one of the movies. I think it was like a DVD. He was retconned in as a ghost, as Anakin from the prequels.
Yeah, they did that.
cut him
Yeah, at the
in.
very last
So,
one,
yeah,
or
they cut
not
him in.
the episode 6. They put him in there, but
Yeah. So that's how he would appear. I don't think he'd come back as Darth Vader. He'd come back as
As Anakin, yeah.
well, yeah, because Jedi's come back as Force ghosts, and at the
Yeah.
very end, his last act was an act of light Jedi-ness. So
And we still don't fully get, from the line, if you strike me down now, I will become more powerful than you can ever imagine, or whatever that Obi-Wan said.
Oh, yeah.
it's like, the only thing you've really done since then is just you have the ability to materialize in my bathroom when I don't want you to.
Well, no,
I don't.
the only power he has is just hey, Luke, stop fucking freezing to death. Go to Dagobah.
Luke, what you doing? Luke, what you doing? You dingbat. You're freezing. You're cold.
Oh, and he spoke to Ray briefly, didn't he? In the
Obi-Wan?
first one, or in the what episode?
Obi-Wan?
I know.
Seven?
Yoda.
No,
did.
Yoda did that.
Yoda.
No, it was Obi-Wan's voice.
No, in the tree. You talking about the tree?
Talking about when she finds Luke's lightsaber.
That wasn't Obi-Wan.
Yes, it was. It was his voice.
Because the actor who plays him is old. He's dead.
No,
so-
it was freaking Ewan McGregor.
No.
McGregor.
Why would he? No,
No,
because
he,
that
he
wasn't.
hasn't announced the return as Obi-Wan.
That was
like,
a-
that's why it's so
God,
big
guys.
that he's.
That
gonna
was
come-
Anakin's lightsaber,
Oh my god.
not Obi-Wan's lightsaber. Why would Obi-Wan have anything?
Obi-Wan, it's his voice. I guarantee you. Talks to Rey in episode.
Emily, I need you to look that
It's
up. I don't.
episode 7 when she finds that freaking lightsaber. It's Obi-Wan's voice that she hears. I guarantee it.
It's not.
How much do you want to bet?
It's either Anakin or Luke.
How much do you want to bet me? How much?
Because it makes no sense for it to be Obi-Wan. 'cause
It
it's
is
not-
Obi-Wan. It's Obi-Wan. Why would it be Luke if he was still alive?
Well, that's why I think it was Anakin. It's not.
It's not Anakin.
It was such big news when we heard that Ewan McGregor was coming back to do that role. So
yeah.
you'd think it would be
in like a series, but he did
Sure,
say
but-
that he lent his voice for that scene. I am 100%.
What you got, Emily? Come on.
I know I'm
This-
correct.
you
on
know
this.
what? I'll give you the benefit of the doubt.
No, because I'm going to get a bunch of phone calls from people saying that this isn't right.
It wasn't Obi-Wan.
What the fuck do I know? I don't remember. I haven't watched it. I only watched
Josh
it.
knows
twice.
nothing.
Hold on, I'm looking this up too because that's confusing me. Or okay, I'm going to keep it going while you look that up.
What's next on the menu, Chef? Chef, what's next on the menu?
I don't want to talk about it. I want this answer, to be honest,
Okay,
because
let's see here.
it's pretty simple. Just look up whose voice
Okay.
was it.
He proved himself so fit for the role that he ended up as one of the few elements from the prequels to make it into J.J. Abrams' Star Wars The Force Awakens.
So,
It takes
Okay, that
place
doesn't-
during Rey's vision in the basement of Maz Kanata's cantina. Graham Norton and the rest of the guests in question, blah, 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 blah. He says, Rey, these are your first steps.
okay, all right, yeah. I gave him
Okay,
that
hold on.
already.
I'm looking right at it.
I'm
I think
I
you're
am-
mistaking him for Gordon Ramsay. I think it was
It
Gordon
It
is
says
Ramsay.
McGregor then goes on to explain that the word Rey in the sentence is actually Sir Alex Guinness as Obi-Wan from the original trilogy. And then the editing team manipulated his voice from one of the earlier Star Wars films in order to feature him in the latest Star Wars adventure. Having Ewan McGregor reprise his role as Obi-Wan is one of the few instances where fans of the series loved thinking back to the prequels.
ignore that.
I'll fix that in editing, right?
Boom.
I
Scene
need-
wit Luke's
Oh, okay,
lightsaber.
whatever. I was gonna,
Seeing wit loops.
I was in
There
it.
you go.
Here we go.
Yep.
Let's just listen to it because I haven't seen it in a while.
Is that going to pull up on the podcast? Mm-hmm. Okay, wow. Yeah, modern technology. Sorry. I'm still catching up with the times.
Yeah, that's what I was doing while you.
Well, I thought it was just for like a certain thing.
No.
You know, you got a track for, okay.
Here we go.
Whatever.
Here we go.
Why is it so quiet?
Yeah, I know it's so
Walking down the
quiet.
stairs.
All right, let's get there. She's walking down the stupid hallway.
It's buffering.
Yeah, because you're the internet.
Don't
my dude.
complain about my internet. It's free guest internet.
Because doesn't she have the vision when she touches it? She touches the lightsaber. I think, yeah.
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah.
'Cause she opens the
She opens the
thing,
box.
and that's when you see it.
Yep. And we're all like,
Wow.
This is the perfect time for like a jump scare.
oh my god, I know.
Touch it. Stop looking at it.
Now you fucked up.
There you go. Oh. Aw. I forgot about this. I need to rewatch this.
Right.
What is this?
Okay, I don't remember any.
What? Ooh. Oh,
Quiet.
she's getting left.
Quiet.
Still don't know who her parents are.
Her parents are black hole. Clearly.
Peekaboo.
There it was.
Okay, so I honestly I
Okay,
never
yeah,
actually.
but how are you supposed to pick that out?
Yeah,
It's just
no,
like a whisper.
I never
I
heard
heard
that.
it.
I never heard that,
Y'all are just deaf.
Yeah, but how are you supposed to identify it?
and that's
Like,
not what I was
heard
even
it.
talking about
He
either.
literally did full-on interviews about it. Like, I don't-
Okay, I was probably doing something very important for the army.
Yes, he was trying to save
Everybody
our
knows
country
me. He's like, no,
single-handedly.
that's not it. All right, let's move on. I feel like we wasted enough time.
Okay. That's
So
fine.
this is something I decided to do last minute, just because it came out today. The Joker trailer. Alex here isn't really interested in it.
Nah,
I'm down.
DCU's lost all credibility in my eyes.
What are you talking about?
What?
DCU's
Okay,
trash.
at first, yes, Aquaman.
Phenomenal.
Aquaman was good. Shazam. Did you
Fabulous.
watch Shazam?
Okay, look.
Shazam
You didn't
was
watch
so
Shazam
good.
either. So
Okay,
the
all
both
right.
of those
Wonder Woman
movies
was
are really
good.
good.
I enjoyed Wonder
and Wonder
Woman.
Woman was good.
Yeah.
Okay.
I didn't enjoy
last
Wonder Woman
three
in
have
Justice
literally been
League.
hit.
That
One
was
of the
not
things
great.
that I love about the MCU is how consistent they are and their interconnectivity.
Well,
And the DCU has like lost that completely.
They're
Because
trying.
superhero movies are like, I don't know, they were like a dime a dozen, and then when the MCU came along, they changed like the whole dynamic for me.
Well, because-
and they made me more interested
Okay.
in superhero movies, and they
Well-
made me retain my interest in superhero movies.
Well, here's the thing.
DCU
MCU
is just
had the
separate.
campy, very, they had a certain feel to their stuff.
Yeah.
The DC could have easily done that if they
Mm-hmm.
wanted, but they wanted to take it to a whole darker
it's not
side.
even that much darker. It's just
Okay,
bad.
well, I mean, well, think about it.
Okay,
How many
Man of
times
Steel.
did that-
I liked Man of Steel.
I did too.
It had
Man of Steel was
issues.
okay. I mean,
Okay,
was good. I'll give you
so
that.
literally, the two that you have a problem with is
Batman,
Batman vs Superman,
Yes.
That was awful.
and
Justice League.
Justice League.
Yes.
Which, guess what? I had problems with both of those
Yeah.
as well. But they're pretty much getting rid of both of those. Those aren't even going to be things because Ben Affleck's leaving.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but that's the thing is that they're leaving, and the DCU as it stands is falling apart. So
It's not
now
falling
like-
apart. I don't even think they have something to fall apart. You know what I
okay,
mean?
yeah, I would say yes, they were falling apart when Justice League came out because that was
That was
to
bad.
me that was the worst one. The
Suicide
Batman vs
Squad
Superman
wasn't great.
I didn't mind Ben Affleck as Batman. I really
Wow,
didn't.
I never even liked him as Batman.
I
He's
didn't.
too old.
I would have never chose him, and
Mm-hmm.
I hate that they did, but I thought he did good because I understood what kind of Batman he was supposed to play.
yeah.
So he was supposed to play a Batman who's already been through. He's already fought the Joker. He's
Yeah.
already lost Robin. He's already lost
He's lost
experience
everything,
lost.
yeah.
That's why when he loses his tower, he loses his shit. I get that.
Mm-hmm.
You know, there's the whole Martha scene. That was one of the dumbest things I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah.
But overall, I liked him as Batman.
Mm-hmm.
I just would have definitely chose someone else, just like Robert Pattinson. I don't think he's going to do horrible,
Mm-hmm.
but I would never in 1,000 years pick Robert Pattinson as Batman because he's known as playing that little twink.
Yeah.
I mean,
Some
maybe
sparkles.
maybe if
Yeah.
As
they
Edward.
maybe if they treat it
'Cause
like
he was-
an origin
wasn't he-
story,
Yeah,
like
he
a
was
young
Edward or
Batman
whatever in
before
Twilight.
he's-
Edward, yeah.
Yeah, maybe if they treat it like a origin story, like where he's young Batman
Thing is-
before
is
he got all buff, because that's
takes-
the problem is they've made all the Batmans
It
so
takes
buff,
a lot.
and they all have deep voices, and none of that is Robert Pattinson.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
It-
just
it
can't.
takes-
I don't know.
It takes a lot to get me out to a movie theater these days. I mean, it's got to be something special.
you're a
It's got to be an
hermit.
MCU movie, or it's got to be something that really can, like something like Ready Player One,
So
or
like
something.
you
that
wouldn't
just,
see like Aquaman 2?
maybe not.
What
you
about
know?
the new Suicide
Like,
Squad? Like no.
Probably not. See, and these are things that I can wait around for,
Mm-hmm.
and if I find them on a streaming service or something, maybe I'll watch them. But
You just admitted you can't even really watch TV anyway.
Yeah,
so, I mean,
that's
you're-
true.
sit through.
So really your
I can sit
opinion-
through a movie if I'm really into it. The MCU movies are great, and movies are different because they transition scenes.
you don't
like,
let
really
go.
quick.
You don't let go of the fact that
Yeah.
okay, you're sitting here talking about how the DCU's falling apart, but the last 3 have been hits.
Yeah.
The
And now
DC
it's-
movies.
And now
The
it's
DC
yeah.
movies, yes.
Aquaman, Wonder
Aquaman,
Woman,
Wonder
Yes.
Woman, and
and Shazam.
Shazam.
Yes, but
And Shazam was as close to MCU as they've been.
Oh,
More campy, and it still had the you know, its moments, but overall it was much more.
The DCU as itself is just going to be weird, especially if they try to continue those characters, because now you have to explain, okay, what happened to Superman without adding a whole new character.
No,
to
they
Superman.
admitted that Henry Cavill's not done playing Superman. He'll still be Superman. So really, the only person you're switching out is Batman at this point.
His contract was over, but after the revival of all these other
they renegotiated
of the DCU, like just introducing new stuff. I think he's coming back because of that, or maybe there's another reason. But I would come back if
I
there's
felt
a
like
chance.
The whole thing was just so rushed. The whole Batman versus Superman thing and the Justice League, it was so rushed, and they introduced characters that just didn't have enough backstory, and they didn't have enough. You know,
okay,
I agree.
They needed more time to build it up before they got to that point. And
that's why they tried to do something different. Because if they were to do a Superman, a Batman movie, a Wonder Woman movie, a Flash, you know, all of them guys, and then do a Justice League movie, that's just so, like, then we'd be sitting here complaining like, oh, they're just copying the MCU, just whether or not those movies were good.
Yeah,
because I mean, they could have easily have messed those up too. And at the end of the day, they did screw it up. But I think it was possible for them to have done those movies good. It's just they didn't.
Yeah, I think DC has had such a history of doing just standalone, like non-crossover films. Like, I mean, how many Superman movies have we had? How many Batman movies have we had? You know.
Yeah, I think what they're trying to do,
they're just trying to rebrand,
just based on the fact that the Joker's coming out and Shazam. I think that they're trying to get away from the whole Justice League, you know, big team up.
Yeah.
They're trying to bring it down and give you, because Wonder Woman 2's coming out, and it's just, they're sticking to what has been working. And as long as they keep doing that, then they can try and bring back Superman, bring back a Batman, because I think after a couple years, we're going to be.
I mean, I really think even now, if they would just reintroduce, I don't think anybody would really care.
Yeah, I mean, it's the same as, it's not quite the same, but Andrew
Garfield.
Andrew Garfield as Spider-Man, I didn't really care for.
Yeah, it was all right.
It's not that I didn't really hate the movies; it's just I like Tom Holland like more.
Yeah,
and I think it comes down to the story. I like what they did with
Like
the villains for Andrew Garfield. I just didn't like.
I feel the same for Andrew Garfield as I do for some of these other DC movies. Is like, yeah, okay, it's an all right movie, but it just doesn't have me. You know, it doesn't.
Well,
because it's like a standalone thing. It doesn't feel as, I don't know, the interconnectivity of the MCU is.
Well, think about what they did with the Hulk. I mean, you had Iron Man, and then you had the Hulk, which was Andrew Norton, and then literally the next time you see Hulk, it's Mark Ruffalo.
Yeah, and
they switched him out like immediately, and they did it with War Machine. So I mean,
but these
happens. But how many Hulk movies did they have to make before they actually found one that was like, you know, I think it's still not awesome, but it could serve as like a launching point for the character. So I mean, you're gonna have missteps and stuff.
All right. So in the spirit of keeping these second episodes short, which we're already failing, let's get on to the Joker trailer that came out. So, and try and keep an open mind.
Yes.
Right? No. My mind is
this movie
sealed.
could absolutely suck, but I think it'll be good for what it is.
I did have an open mind, and then after this whole tirade, I already hate it.
Like Joaquin Phoenix.
Oh, there's a third boss.
Yep.
Creepy. Oh, okay.
Yeah, I think he plays an excellent. He's
very transformative as an actor.
He's very expressive.
Yeah.
Like just like the Joker is. In my opinion, that's how he.
I have some bad news for you.
That laugh.
That laugh is crazy. Yeah. And the way he just goes serious.
This is the last
I mean,
time
it's
we'll
clearly
be-
got.
You don't listen, do you? You just ask the same
Oh,
questions
see now he's
every week.
getting his sign
How's your job?
taken. He's
Are you
getting beat
having
up by
any
bad
negative
dudes.
thoughts?
Honestly, like his
All I have
body
are
shape.
negative thoughts.
All I have are negative thoughts. Alex, can you relate?
Yeah, that's very relatable so far.
Check out this guy.
When I was a little boy and told people I was going to be a comedian, everyone laughed at me. Well, no one's laughing now.
You can say that again, pal.
You get insulted by Robert De Niro, you turn into a villain.
He's got that effect on people.
It's so awful, isn't it?
Did he just paint his tongue?
For my whole life, I didn't know if I even really existed. But I do. And people are starting to notice.
Sure
this is
where they're
funny?
going with it.
Very interesting.
Is this a joke to you?
Yes.
So much going on.
Just the mass
Marie,
chaos that's
yeah,
happening
One
all
small
around.
thing.
Yeah.
When you bring me out, can you introduce me as Joker?
Yeah. I feel like we definitely have a little more context.
Send in the clowns.
All right.
It's interesting. Sure.
Yeah, we have some more context than we did just with the teaser. Definitely,
Exactly. Yeah.
but-
Like, yeah. So this trailer showed a lot of imagery and audio
Mm-hmm.
that I mean, it's just like any other movie where it's like it could be misleading,
Mhm.
but I think I have a pretty good idea of. It's pretty clear he's a comedian, or at least thinks he is, or thinks he's funny.
Mhm.
He dresses up as a clown. He's probably like he tries to be a comedian, but that doesn't really pay well.
it just
So
translates as creepy.
he's like a sign holder during
Yeah.
the day or whatever. Just a normal dude.
Mhm.
But everyone's basically treating him like shit all the time. I
Mhm.
mean,
All he has are negative thoughts.
yeah.
All
And
this
he's
could've
clearly got a
been-
mental problem. He's seeing a therapist
Yeah.
who's not doing anything, not taking it seriously because it's her job.
But at the same time,
Doesn't that sound very familiar?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All this could have been avoided if you just, lived in a rural area.
Oh, I
He
mean,
lived with out in the trees. This would be
They should have sent him to the ranch. Dr. Phil's ranch. That's
that's how you go. Could you imagine one Dr. Phil?
Oh no.
Oh my
that would be
gosh.
awesome.
God, him.
And the doc, I can't even imagine Dr. Phil's reaction.
Yeah.
He would just send him immediately to the ranch, is what it
Yeah.
is. There's
So-
no hesitation.
So let me talk about the reason why I don't like this movie. I haven't even seen it yet, because it's not out, obviously. But
My preconceived notion
yeah,
is.
I think I'm gonna like it. The
Mhm.
problem is that the Joker. I think the coolest part about him is we don't know who he is. He's just
Yeah.
Yeah.
he's just a crazy dude, and he's very good at being crazy.
Yeah.
That's all we really know.
Yeah. He's
mean,
a psychopath.
I don't follow the comics that well, so I can't tell you, what happens in there. But just based on what I've seen over my whole life, I couldn't tell you his name, but in this seems to kind of just give it all away.
Mm-hmm. I get
And
that.
if they do it right, I think that it'll be really good. But if they mess this up, it'll ruin the joke.
Yeah. And I also feel like, too, with the Joker, in the past, we've never really felt sympathetic towards him because he's been one of probably the most true villain that we see a lot
it's
of
really
times.
hard to focus on him because the Joker's always been about.
He's just a psychopath. Like
He's always he's a spectacle,
yeah.
but there's always something going on somewhere else.
Mhm.
He's got a plan.
Oh yeah.
And that's why, like, right when you're about to catch him,
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
you got to stop because you got to go save Harvey Dent.
Right. Yeah. But I don't know.
Yeah, Emily said that in the movies, he said his dad carved his smile.
It's different from Heath Ledger's. 'Cause that was
Yeah.
the Dark Knight.
Yeah, that's the problem.
I think the Dark Knight is different from Batman.
Yeah.
So
Again, that's the whole point of what they're doing right now at DC. There's so many different takes. Like the Batman that we saw in Justice League or Batman vs Superman was different than the one that we had in
In the Dark Knight.
the Dark Knight
yeah, Christian
trilogy.
And
You
different.
can't beat that though. That was always my favorite incarnation of Batman. It's the Dark
Yeah, I
Knight.
mean,
Yeah,
you have
I would
him,
say
you
so,
have
too.
George Clooney, you have Michael Keaton. I mean, there's so many different takes on Batman.
Yeah, that's why you have to be open and understand that there's other types.
Mm-hmm.
Now that doesn't mean you have to like them though. I mean, I completely agree that Ben Affleck, I think he's too high profile to be like a superhero. I know that we've got other people who can pull it off, but you know, like
Well,
Ryan Reynolds. I mean, Deadpool is Ryan Reynolds.
Well, they even mention it in the
and
comics.
Ryan Reynolds is Deadpool. I mean, that's just it's very
Mm-hmm.
close to other things he's done, and just his personality matches it very well.
Well, and don't they
One of the
actually,
reasons why he really wanted to be him.
don't they actually say it in the comics? Like, it looks like Ryan Reynolds and an avocado had a baby, basically.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Something that's really exciting me that Disney's doing on Disney Plus is they're digging into some of Marvel's older weird comic characters that we haven't really seen on film or anything, like Moon Knight. Like who the heck's heard of Moon Knight? You know,
Well, in a way,
that's really good. I would like to see DC digging it. I mean, they did with Shazam, and I hope that they sort of continue with
Yeah, that
some
was
of these,
phenomenal.
you know.
Yeah, well, I think that that's the problem. I don't think. I totally spaced. The problem I feel that this movie will be for me is literally just making him just knowing his backstory. So hopefully it's good. I really like the trailer. I think they did a good casting choice on him. I think that's one of the things that DC needs to get right.
Yep.
Which is why the Robert Pattinson thing has me worried. I've seen other things that he's been in that's not Twilight
I still
that are
don't
like
it.
B-movie type stuff, and he does good. There's actually one that's coming out or is out where it's like a space station, or takes place in the future or something, and he's growing plants or something like that, and it actually looks pretty good. And he's
I haven't seen it.
one of the people in it, and there was something else he was in that I liked. But it's just, I mean, again, it's hard to get the, he was such a high profile. Oh, he's Twilight. Twilight boy.
That's
And his acting isn't, as
it's not dynamic.
yeah, it's not as dynamic as other people.
I mean, we
Like
haven't
Robert
really,
Downey Jr. can play a lot of people. I think probably the most dynamic is probably what's his face from Pirates of the Johnny Depp,
yeah,
because he can really get into a character. So
yeah, or like Keanu.
Keanu, yeah.
Keanu, I don't know. I feel like he's kind of
I'm like dynamic in the fact that like when Keanu is in like an action movie, Keanu's gonna be a badass. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's his only dynamic range. Is just being a badass.
yeah. I mean, he's been in other things too.
Yeah.
Like
I mean-
with Bill and Ted. That was
Yeah, but I guess what I mean by dynamic is like, I mean, Rob Pattinson always just seems to play these kind of introspective characters that are going through some existential crisis. We've never really seen him play like somebody like Batman, like a superhero that can is going to beat somebody up.
Yeah.
Not as
Well,
a
I mean,
vampire.
in a way,
Also going through an existential
in a
crisis.
way,
Right,
John
yeah.
Wick is a superhero. I mean,
Oh yeah,
I mean, he's
John
got an
Wick's
origin
phenomenal.
story
Yeah,
that we don't really know. I mean, he was a
a mercenary.
mercenary
basically.
beforehand. So,
But yeah,
all right. There is one other. We'll save that for
To play us off.
to play us. All right. Let's talk about why we're actually here today.
video games.
Video games. We talk a lot about movies and just random stuff, but one of my passions, at least, is playing a lot of different kinds of video games, and just I enjoy all systems. I do have a preferred one, but
You want to draw the line in the sand right now?
well, I mean, it's hard to just pick one. I
I
mean,
mean, you just said you have a
Yeah.
preferred one, so now you have to
I
tell
prefer
us.
to play on Xbox.
Wow, you Xbox normie.
Yeah.
Get out.
I could have said anything.
You were like,
I prefer to play on Xbox because I like the, I like to just sit on my couch and play games.
fair.
It's just more comfortable to me. Having the big screen TV, having that old stuff. If I have a crappy 32-inch TV that's like, 40 feet away from me, then yeah, I'm not gonna want that. I might as well just sit on my computer and play games, which is I also do that.
Also fun time.
I'm a PC Master Race. I know everybody was dying to know that.
We know, Alex.
I know you don't take showers and that kind of stuff. So, I think PlayStation has better games. the Xbox.
The exclusives are the only things holding them together, I think, at this point.
It is.
Yeah.
The exclusive is the only thing PlayStation has. I hate their interface, their software. I don't like the,
their
how you want to
insistence.
connect with friends and
Yeah,
stuff.
their
They don't have it.
Insistence on not playing nice with other platforms.
Yeah, the PlayStation Network I don't like. I like Xbox Live. Xbox Live, well, I like it when it works.
Yeah.
It's gotten better over the years, but I mean, it's still got issues. But I still prefer that. It's way easier to link up with friends, and I like Xbox because it's just easier to use. I would say a lot of that's because that's, again, the main one I use, so I'm more used to it. But I gotta say that I like everything. I have a Switch, I have a PS4, I have an Xbox, I have a gaming PC, I have an Apple Watch that I play Skyrim on.
Yeah. Wait, you play Skyrim on your Apple Watch?
No,
No.
not yet. At least it's only a matter of time. But yeah, I play a little bit of everything. So a few of the games that I played growing up that I would say were my favorite. For one, I didn't really get an Xbox until I was kind of older. I was probably, I don't know, 8th grade when I finally got an Xbox. I had a PlayStation before that, but I didn't really play it too much because I didn't really know what I was doing. I wasn't really into games yet. But I went over to a friend's house and he had Halo. And that was the first time I really got into a game. I would go to his house any chance I could. Pretty much every weekend I would stay in the night. And during the week I would just go over just to play it. And then Halo 2 came out and that only made it worse.
Only made it worse.
Yeah.
So
Halo exacerbated the problem.
Yes. I think that Halo is probably my favorite for back then. I think after Halo 3, I would say at Halo 3 and then onward, it started to slowly wear off on me. I like Halo 3. I do.
About Reach. Reach was the last one that Bungie did.
Reach, I'm talking like story. I didn't really care for the story as much.
We already knew it was going to happen in Reach. I kind of liked it because I was one of those weird kids that would just read the Halo books, so I knew a good deal about the lore. So it was kind of cool to see that.
Well, again, the reason that I didn't like it is I hate the ability. I liked Halo 2 because I didn't have overshields or special, I have to have a certain ability in order to sprint or do certain things like that. Like there wasn't Halo Reach or Halo 3.
Yeah.
That's the only reason why those started to go down. Otherwise, I did like Halo Reach and I liked Halo 3. Halo 4 was the start of me hating Halo.
Yeah.
And it's not so much hating it. It's just I didn't like...
They retcon. That was the other thing for me is because I love the lore and I love the details. I like that in most franchises. And when the very first thing of where we saw Chief left off, they changed his armor and they changed the ship that he was on. And it's like, okay, how do you justify that? How do you... That took me immediately away. And it's like, because it was the first, Halo 4 is the first one that 343 did. And that just told me right off the bat that they weren't going to respect the franchise as it was.
I know what they were trying to do. They were trying to make it their own.
Sure.
But, they had to, again, continue a story that was already set.
Yeah.
So those are simple mistakes that they could have fixed. None of that really bothers me as much because I can kind of look past it because, honestly, I don't care. What I care about is the story.
Yeah.
And to me, the story for Halo 4 and 5 just doesn't hit for me. I think Halo 5 was much better than Halo 4, but it still wasn't. I don't like the Forerunners. I hate them as an alien. The Covenant is probably one of the best enemies I've ever fought in a video game because of
their lore.
The lore, I actually understand it. It could be a movie for it sounds like everything that they did with it was just really good. The introduction of letting you play Arbiter and see the other side.
Yeah, and see the politics. And
you don't really see politics a lot of times. You just say, oh, you have a main bad guy, He's kind of a douche, and you have to go kill him. That's pretty much the plot to most Call of Duty games.
Yeah, and you could see the effects of like Master Chief's actions on the other side. It was just a really just perfect. It was just perfect.
Yeah, and you could kind of see how you started to sympathize a little bit with the Covenant and like how that things were run. They were run by, prophets that were they weren't prophets. They called themselves that, but really they
just
weren't.
misguided.
Yeah, they were very misguided. Which is why eventually they ended up working with, or at least the elites.
Yes, after
I
they
think
had
some grunts too.
Yeah, I think some runs did defect.
But overall, Halo is just one of those games. Mass Effect is another one that took me by surprise. I remember reading a review of Mass Effect 1 in a Game Informer magazine, like way back in the day. I'm like, wow, this looks really cool, but I didn't really have a way to buy it, and my parents weren't going to buy it for me. So I just kind of forgot about it. And then Halo 2 came out, and then maybe a year after it came out, I bought it for like $20. Halo 2 is probably my favorite game I've ever played.
Wow.
Just based on where I was at and how like intense I got into it. If I were to play it now, it probably wouldn't be my favorite game, but the fact that I played it in a certain time in my life where I didn't have a lot of video games, it kind of shaped like what kind of games I like going forward, and it had a really good story. So it was weird too, because the way Mass Effect set up is it's kind of a continuation. So I started in the middle. So eventually I did play the first Mass Effect, and I played through that multiple times, just like I did Halo 2. And Halo, oh my goodness, Mass Effect 3 was, honestly, I actually did like it, and I understood the ending. I hated it, but I understood it. But
Mass Effect was one of those games that I never really got into. I wasn't really a big fan of the gameplay, but I did really like the story. And there was a scene that I'll never forget where you're playing as, actually, I think his name was Joker. He was the pilot. He had a brittle bone disease.
It's like a Seth Green, I think.
What?
Or Green. He's a popular actor.
Oh, was he actually modeled after an actor?
I don't know. I don't know if he's modeled after him, but his voice. He lends his voice.
Okay.
Seth Green. He was in the live action Scooby Doo.
I'm trying to think. He's the guy. He does
Without a Paddle.
No, the guy who's behind.
Right.
Oh my
kidnapped by the
goodness!
bear.
What is that? The comedy
Oh.
Robot Chicken.
Yeah.
That guy.
That guy.
Well, anyway, yeah, you're doing the scene as Joker, and like the ship is being boarded, and you've got this brittle bone disease, and you can't really fight back. And that whole scene, for me, like was like, oh wow, that it just stands out for me. And then the line of video games of like a crazy scene, because there's not really a ton that you can do as that character, but just to be them and like trying to get to the ship, I don't know. I think it was just really, really cool how they did that.
I personally liked how each character had their own storylines that you could do or you could not do. It's completely up to you. But instead of just being missions that once you beat the game, you never have to go back to, once you beat the game, you actually have consequences for not doing those missions. You have characters on your team die and you don't see them again. I keep saying Halo 3. Mass Effect 3. You don't see them again. In that, they're permanently dead in the universe, which I thought was amazing.
Yeah.
I played through it many times just to get it perfect. And you kind of grow attached to these guys and gals. And I don't know, there just wasn't anything like it at the time. And I like, kind of mentioned it before, Stargate was one of my favorite TV shows growing up, and they were very team-based. You had,
solid. You
had a leader and your trusty, cohorts. And Mass Effect was pretty much the same way. You were Commander Shepard, which is literally the last name of a Shepard from Atlantis, but
yeah,
that's besides the point.
We're not gonna get in.
It just, that's why I think I liked it so much, because I felt like I'm a badass. And I had people's fate in my hands. there was actual consequence. So
Makes sense.
I'd say the next game that, or actually technically, we're going even backwards even more. Jack and Daxter is a game that I played probably before Halo, or around the same time. And it was a PlayStation game, obviously. It's an exclusive. So when I started playing it, that was the first time I played a game really that wasn't a shooter.
Yeah.
Or at least at first.
Yeah. It was such an innocent, kids game for that first game. And then they came out with that second game. And I think it fooled a lot of parents because they're like, oh, yeah, the cute little kids game. It's got like a cartoony palette and everything. And the second game comes out and they're like cursing. It's like they're in some like grungy city and there's guns.
A bar.
There's carjacking.
It's basically Grand Theft Auto now. And it's like, what happened? You went from punching little furry guys to wielding a shotgun and you could shoot innocent people.
Yeah.
So it was very like...
But
crazy
fighting
turn.
an authoritarian regime on top of all of that.
Yeah. So I'd say those were probably my favorite. That was probably my favorite PlayStation games growing up. Yeah. Later on, I got my hands on Gears of War, or not Gears of War. That's an Xbox, which I do like Gears of War. But
even I knew that.
I don't know many. God of War, which I liked those.
You play a lot of like the new God of War?
I actually have, and it's amazing.
Yeah, I have a friend who's playing, and he'll talk about it every once in a while. There's a few grindy portions, but otherwise it's really good.
Oh yeah, and I would agree with that. There's something about you're talking about game mechanics. If you like Thor, the way that you can throw his axe and you can call it back to you. You can throw it and it just not even pick it up again. It's just sitting where you left it. And you start punching these dudes and then you call it back and then just it's like Captain America Endgame. It's just like when he starts beating up Thanos, it's that kind of feeling. So, but yeah, where am I at now? So I'd say the next game I really got into after Mass Effect, which is kind of a time jump, was Rainbow Six Siege. Mm-hmm.
It's a hell of a time jump.
I know that one.
Yeah, it's been a while. There were games in there that I played a lot of. For instance, Borderlands was one of my favorite. Borderlands 2 is easily my top 5. Mm-hmm. Games I've ever played.
I felt like I liked the original Borderlands more than the second one, but maybe it's just the memories and stuff associated like with the people that I played with and everything. I don't know. I did play with the Borderlands 2 with a friend, and I guess it was fun.
Yeah, well, I understand. That's why I like Halo 2 so much, just based on where I was at. There was nothing really like it at the time. The feelings that I have for it. If I were to play Halo 2 now, I'd be like, it's like so different, and there's nothing new about it. Like, it wouldn't be as cool as it was back then. So, the story would still be good, but
just like
overall, the mechanics of it would be kind of boring. It's just pretty straightforward. You shoot, that's it. Whereas now you have like jetpacks, you've got building stuff. Which like Fortnite, I hate Fortnite.
Don't get me started.
I'd say the main reason I hate Fortnite is because I suck at it, but I also hate how.
Just because we have decades of training where, like, if you get shot at, you return that fire. Not, I'm going to build a 3-story house, and cook some dinner. Like,
I shot.
You would hide, find out where it came from, and destroy.
Yeah.
See, I was super in Fortnite. Like, before it came out, I saw the trailers for it. I'm like, oh, I need this because it was a zombie survival game where you build up your defenses and take on waves of zombies. I normally like games like that.
Yeah, like that makes sense.
Nobody bought it. They went they did not. It wasn't looking good for them. Then the Battle Royale came out for it like a couple months later.
Yeah.
Nobody still really played the zombie mode. All they did is the Battle Royale, which is why they made that free. And that's when you think Fortnite, you don't even realize it has a story.
Yeah.
They still have it in their menu, but you have to buy it, obviously.
Yeah.
But no one does because they just do it for the Battle Royale.
We
for
probably
the
don't have enough
memes.
time to talk about it now, but you made me think about it because Fallout 76 did that. And I would love to just talk about Fallout 76 and just how many wonderful, terrible things that game does consistently every day. There's a news story about something terrible that they've done.
Oh yeah.
I mean, just recently there was a guy who was almost level 100 with all these great items, and he was banned because they thought he was hacking. And he spent hours and like 900 hours grinding out this game and doing all this stuff, and he just gets banned. And I don't know if his account was ever recovered. I don't really remember what happened, but that just goes to show you what they're doing with this game.
Oh yeah.
It's just what a flop.
So one of my favorite games that just came out last year, Spider-Man, PS4. I've always been like a big Spider-Man fan. Like
Yeah.
back when like Tobey Maguire was Spider-Man, and
Got Spider-Man on the PS2.
even before that, yeah, like playing the games. I played a lot of the PS2 Spider-Man. Those games were baller.
Yeah.
But Spider-Man PS4 is like, well, one, it's made by Insomniac, which made most known for like Ratchet and Clank, and they made Sunset Overdrive for Xbox, which I really liked that game. Which we won't get a sequel to that anytime soon, thanks for Sony buying Insomniac just to get Spider-Man probably. But anyway,
Yep.
there's something about that. The story to Spider-Man was good enough to be a movie.
Yeah.
Like at the very end of it, I was like very emotional about it. So I think that if you haven't, you definitely should check it out. If you have a PlayStation, it's definitely worth the look at. So I also have a gaming PC. So I'm just gonna kind of name off a few games that I play on it. Civilization. My friends, when I was in the military, there was a lot of like, I guess downtime. I guess you could say where, or even just when we're at home, we would play it. I mainly played by myself because they never would invite me. I think they might not have known that I played it, but that's where I first found that game. And it's my first like city maintaining like civilization kind of like.
Every time I hear Civ 5, all I can think of is that scene. There was like a episode of CSI, and was it like Ice Cube or whatever is in that show, and he's like talking about something that's like that's crazier than like the Civ 5 with the New World expansion pack, and it was just like, what are you talking?
Oh yeah, well, don't blame that for the game. You know, don't take don't let that be the reason you hate it. I mean, it's a good reason, but don't. Gary's Mod, that's just another one I play a lot of. So there's just something classic. Honestly, there's so much to it, which is great.
Mod.
But you know what? I'm not gonna sit here and lie to you that I've played these other modes. I've dabbled, do you? You know, I dabbled a little bit in them, but Prop Hunt, that's all I played, and that's all I have to play.
That's all you need.
There's something,
So
whenever you're hiding as
satisfying.
a can
Or a snake
or
hiding behind
or
a
a
bathroom
snake
door.
behind a bathroom door that's standing upright, and like you taunt someone, and you're running for your life. It's just
so great.
so fun. And even when you die, it's still like you see where other people are, and it's fun.
Taunting is the best.
The
part.
taunting is the
That's
best
just
part.
so good. Hiding around corners, slipping and sliding around is just a lobster or just whatever object you can find on the map.
And there's always that possibility that you're gonna get one that lasts for like 45 seconds. You
Oh yeah,
just
the
hope
risk. You're gambling every
they're
time
not
you press
gonna
the taunt
find
button.
you.
It's amazing. Yeah, you could get one of those taunts that last like 3 seconds.
Yeah.
So, and again, this is so you can taunt and the hunters can hear it. Obviously, the people who are trying to, find the props that are hiding.
Yeah.
And then when they do come to you, if you get a taunt that's lasting like, 25 seconds, they're gonna hone in on that and find you eventually because it gets
like locational hearing and everything.
yeah.
So you gotta
It gets
headphones
louder
in.
as they get closer to you. So if you get stuck with a 25-second one, more than likely they're gonna find you. So you're gonna have to take off with this crazy music or whatever's going on, and Bill Cosby and all kinds of fun stuff. So We are well over the 30 minutes that I was planning on. But you know what? We're already going at it. I want to show
And what do we got for dessert?
for dessert. I wanted to show a trailer for a game that I don't know, it intrigued me. It was at Gamescom. Originally this whole podcast was supposed to be about Gamescom, but I just felt like that wasn't enough that really excited me to talk about. I'd say the Avengers gameplay was probably the biggest thing.
That was
But
pretty
honestly, I still don't know how I feel about it. I think,
Some dollar store Avengers in there.
yeah, I mean, it's the only reason that it's Dollar Store Avengers is because you're comparing it to the MCU, which is what I'm doing. But Spider-Man PS4 was so good that when I look at this game, it just doesn't look anywhere as good as that. It looks like a B version of that. Like they're trying too hard. I think it'll be cool to be able to play multiplayer as it, but I just don't think that the story and the overall gameplay will be as good as, I think it'll be average, to be honest.
I think a game like that is not the type of game that you want to make a story out of. I think it's the type of game that you want to do something like Overwatch has, where you have these heroes, they all have their like unique abilities and everything, and it's not like you're trying to drive a story out of them. You're just brawling it out. Like that seems like the best type of game suited for these characters. You know, it doesn't seem like, yeah, let's wrap a whole narrative up in these.
Yeah.
It's just, I don't know. It seems weird. I don't think it's suited well.
All right, so
Yeah, I'm intrigued by this. You were very.
I'm hoping that this is the right thing here. I'm kind of look at it real quick. I'm pretty sure. So this is Dark Pictures anthology, Man of Medan. I'm guessing is how you say it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
Just
this is it.
just like the thumbnail
So
is terrifying.
this is from the same company that made another Dawn something. God, I forget the name. It was a PS4 exclusive, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Until Dawn.
Okay.
It had actually a lot of. I think it had a lot of celebrity actors in it. I think it had that chick from Heroes in it.
Okay.
If I'm remembering that right. Anyway, this is their. I don't know if it's in the same universe as that or what, but just their next game coming out here pretty soon.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna go ahead and play you the trailer to it.
Let's do it. It's a good song.
There it is from the developers of Until Dawn, a series of standalone horror games,
Oh.
all with totally different stories and characters. So it looks like they're doing something.
Horror series.
Connie, this is Alex.
Lady Killer, right here.
Is everybody on board and ready
Oh,
to
that's
go?
that's the guy from.
Wants to find some sunken treasure.
What do you know about this wreck?
Oh, he's from all kinds
Just
of things.
rumors?
X-Men.
We have unexpected
Frost guy.
guests.
So these are a bunch of different stories within the same game? Or is this just this game?
I think it's just this.
PC Crane Adventure.
What in God's name is
But they
this?
intend on
Some sort
making
of
more
abandoned
games
ship.
like this.
Yeah, which they already had one.
Something happened here.
Why would they be chained and locked?
It's got some online play. Interesting.
It's got online play.
Oh, those, I
All
don't.
these,
Yeah, it's creepy.
Ooh, nope.
This seems kind of cool.
yeah, it's a different kind of like a co-op horror game.
Yeah.
See, I don't think horror translates well to co-op.
Oh,
No?
you'd be mistaken.
Yeah, you'd be mistaken.
I'll tell you why.
Because I feel like I'd just be goofing around. I'd want to goof around with a pal or something in this game.
I I just realized we're probably gonna get claimed for this video, right?
Yeah, oh yeah, probably we're getting copyright. Actually, we don't have any ads or anything. We're not running this on YouTube.
Well, yeah, we're not
just
gonna claim it. Yeah.
claims.
What am I thinking? I'm thinking ahead. That's what I'm doing.
Yeah. Not bad. It looks cool.
Yeah, it's very story driven, character driven. Overall, I think it'll be really pretty good. But yeah, it's gonna be a whole. I'm trying to think of what else is doing this right now. Jordan Peele's universe with what are those called? Get Out, and he just had one come out not too long ago. Do you know, Anna?
Sorry,
I have no
I
idea
for
what
a
you're talking
second.
about.
Get Out, yeah, Jordan Peele's movies, Get Out and
Us was the
Us.
newest one.
There it is. So, yeah, well, that's it.
Yeah, it's
Yeah, hopefully
very
that,
delicious dessert, chef.
Delicious.
yeah, I think that went better than last week.
Yeah,
Yeah, oh, yeah.
definitely. We're not.
mean,
We're gonna
like-
work on this, fine tune it some. I got a little greedy with the, different topics. Normally, I want Thursdays to be a little bit,
2 topics tops.
yeah, one, but leave room for like side.
Whatever
talks.
Alex finds that he forgets to tell us about.
Ooh.
Yeah. Well, again, the way that I want to do it is we all take turns. So this was my Thursday. So next Thursday will be. Which one do you want to do it? I mean,
Don't
Alex?
point at me. Wait.
Alex.
I am pointing at Alex. It's Alex. Alex will be.
It's a free day, kids.
Don't tune in. We won't be in. Well, anyway, yeah. Thursday, next Thursday we'll be back for sure.
Yep.
But since we're doing 2 episodes, we're gonna be back Monday.
Yeah.
Next Monday,
Boom, boom.
which is the whatever date that is, because I can't get my calendar to work.
Give me a second. I'll give it for you. Monday is going to be the 2nd of September.
It will.
Labor
oh my
Day.
gosh, that's right. Labor
It's gonna
Day.
be Labor Day.
Oh my goodness.
Wow.
We're already in September. So,
Yeah.
yep, September 2nd. We're going to have our 7th episode, and that September 5th will be our one after that. So, I think that we have a good routine in place as long as we keep it up. I got I'm hoping that the audio worked, but if so, that's just a whole aspect of the show that we got. We're moving things along.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, thank you for listening. I hope you all have a great rest of your week, your Thursday, even.
I'm trying to think of all the YouTuber outros I know.
I know. That's why I'm like, I feel like when I'm talking on here, I feel very like I'm talking like this because I'm thinking too much. So, I'm doing it right now without even meaning to.
Well, don't. Stop.
That's a whole other conversation.
Yeah. We won't get into that. Anyway, thank you all for listening, and
Tagger it.
Tagger it.
tagger it. Emily, yell it.
Yell it. Tagger it. Oh, she's getting louder.
That was more angry than okay.
Tagger it.
Tagger it. And now. I didn't click it. Hold on. Tagger it now.
Oh my God.
Fuck. Tag.